So, what happened with my job? Well, to put in very, very, and I mean very short terms, as simple and as straight to the point as can be, I did not get the job. Now, while some people have argued, which I explained this to, this is what happened, this was the position, this is how it turned out. I actually was told by a couple of people that it was my fault because I'm asking for too much. In today's economic climate, one cannot be too choosy. You have to take what they give you. Blah 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 blah. That's not me. That will never be me. Uh, hey, eGameser, we really like the way you work. Really? Yeah, we like everything you've been doing. The guy showed up, by the way. The guy I was temping for. But they moved me to a different position in the warehouse. Logistics. Uh, what was it? Inventory clerk. Right? And I'm like, okay, cool. No big deal. How do you feel about the position? Remember, I'm working Monday through Friday from 9 to 6. Right? And they're like, this position that you're in now is a little different. You're still working with the same company. You're still pretty much doing the same things. But now, instead of dealing directly with truck drivers and whatnot, now you're going to be dealing with customers. Bro, right up my alley, man. Ain't got no issues. I didn't say it that way, but you know what I mean. Oh, okay. And how do you feel about this? Good. And how do you feel about that? Great. And how's this? Good. And how's that? Great. Bro, everything was perfect, right? Or so it would seem. Oh my goodness. This position requires a certain level of aptitude. Not intelligence, but aptitude. Fancy word for are you a dumbass? Right? Which I don't think I am, but you never know. Alright. Would you be comfortable taking a Wonderlic test? And I'm like, bro, Wonderlic, why does that sound so familiar? I'm thinking in my head. And I thought it was a joke, but I actually said, is that a form of drug test? They're like, haha, no, no. Would you have a problem with a drug test? I'm like, no. It's like, oh, okay. No, Wonderlic, you know sports? And I'm like, yes. Do you know football? Yes. You know the NFL Combine? Yes. He's like, it's that. I'm like, oh, the Wonder League. Oh, the thing that tests a person's uh, normal intelligence. It's a logic test. It's to see if you can handle basic logical problems and solve them in a timely manner. 50 questions, and I have 12 minutes to answer them. I think in order to read 50 questions, it would take me like about 10 minutes just to read 50 questions. Like, line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4, line 5, line 6. I think that takes about 10 minutes. I have to answer 50 of them in 12 minutes. I answered 34. Right? I was about to answer 35 when she walked in and said, and that's time. And I did not answer the 35th one because you can get in trouble for that. Like they say time's up and you still give one answer. So I left it at 34. And she was like, wow, excellent. You made it past 30. I'm like, yep. Did I get him right? Did I get him wrong? I don't know because immediately I get asked my driver's license, my social security card, and I'm like, "Oh boy, this is the real job. We're gonna get it." Uh, do you have an availability this week in order to take a drug test? And I'm like, "Yeah, any day. I could even go right now if you want me to." Because sometimes they do that. I had a job at a flight academy where they actually gave me a 24-hour window, at 48 hours, I think. Yeah, after they gave me the paper to take the drug test, I had 48 hours to take the drug test. And if I didn't do it within those 48 hours, then I would not be qualified for the job and, yada, yada, blah, 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 all that crap, right? So I was like, I'll do it right now. And they're like, no, no, it's fine. We'll set you up for a day later on this week, which, by the way, they probably did set me up for that. I don't think I'm supposed to go because I got to tell you the rest of the story. Relax, man. Why are you pushing? Relax. We're not even halfway through the 15 minutes. We got a long way to go. Long way to go. Damn, really? It's already been 7 minutes. Well, but I spent a few. Anyways, oh boy, Wonderlic, done. License, social, to check to see if I'm an illegal alien, I guess. Bro, Donald Trump, what have you done to this country, man? Everybody's looking at everybody sideways, dude. I think this guy was probably an illegal immigrant, the one that I replaced, and then he got his paperwork in order, and now he's back. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, all that's done, right? It's like, hey, look, we're gonna have you speak with the. This was the person that was doing all this was the hiring, the HR department, right? The assistant to the HR manager, right? And I had worked with another person. So in my mind, I had worked with one person through a temp agency, which was in the logistics coordinating office. Then today I worked under a new person in the inventory warehouse department as an inventory clerk. Okay. I went through this HR assistant, which I feel is like the third entity in this triangle of love. But then this is the best part. I get sat down with the manager of the warehouse, who says, "Yeah, hi, I'm the manager of the warehouse. I'm gonna leave you with these two," and then she leaves. I don't know who the hell that was. I don't even remember her name. I was just told this is the manager of the warehouse, and you're gonna be seeing her. As soon as I shook her hand, she's like, "I'm gonna leave you with these two. Have a nice day," and she just walked out. And I'm like, okay, whoever you are, manager of warehouse, nice. I sit down with these two people, and man, the S hits the fan. Why? They start explaining this is the position, this is what it requires. One, I'm saying this to you. They didn't say this, but this is one of the biggest differences, or maybe the second biggest difference. No more Monday through Friday. Now you work 7 days a week. Now you're not gonna work all 7 days, obviously, but you work every week. You work either a Saturday or a Sunday, with one day off during the week, either a Tuesday or a Wednesday, depending on what week it is. You know, if it's a Saturday, then you'll probably get Wednesday. If it's a Sunday, then you'll probably get Tuesday. That sort of thing, right? Every week, rotating weekend days. Like you'll have one day off and you won't have the other. Fine, no big deal. Whatever, I'm used to it. Remember, in my mind, I've been getting paid by a temp agency, right? So now I'm gonna be direct hire to the company. So there's no way I'm gonna be getting, the same salary that I'm getting from the temp agency. Wrong. We continue. Second change: you're no longer working from 9 a.m. till 6 p.m. Now you get the great schedule of 6 a.m. till 3 in the afternoon with a 1 hour lunch. Uh, okay. Damn, 6 to 3. Well, at least I avoid traffic because traffic doesn't start till 7, and it doesn't start again in the afternoon till like roughly 4. So yeah, no more traffic. All right, good. 6 a.m. till 3 in the afternoon, and working on weekends, rotating. One Saturday, one Sunday, one Saturday, one Sunday. Okay, but remember, I'm not gonna be getting paid by the temp agency. This is a direct hire. So, the increase in salary, I'm thinking at least $2 to $3, man. Okay, we're gonna do this. Wrong! I ask because they never bring it up, bro. They're slick, dude. They are so slick. They never bring it up. I ask and I said, well, with all these changes, what's my salary gonna be now? And they're like, oh no, the position pays the same. And I'm like, I got mad. I got so mad, dude. I got so mad because I know what they're trying to do. I know what they're trying to do, man. And I said, but you guys are gonna pay me the same thing the temp agency is paying me? I mean, well, we don't know what the temp agency was paying you, but this is what the position pays. And it felt like they were about to say take it or leave it sort of thing. They didn't do that. They didn't go that far. But it felt like that's what they wanted to say. When I say they, I mean the Mr. Carlos guy. Yeah, his name was Carlos, Hispanic guy. Seemed like a nice guy for the 5 minutes that I met him. Yeah, The lady was pretty nice too. Man, she has some big breasts, dude. For an older woman, she had some big breasts. I was like, my goodness, that is a good rack on her chest, dude. Like, wow, That is, man, it's a lot of vitamin D there. Or it should be vitamin B, right, for breast. So yeah, man, I basically stood up and I said, listen, I can do one of two things. I can accept the $15 an hour, but I gotta stay working where I've been working for the past couple of days, which is Monday through Friday, 9 to 6. But I'll take the 15. I'm fine with that. But if you're gonna switch my schedule, if you're gonna switch my position, if you're gonna switch my days off, I gotta get paid a little bit more than the 15. 15 is just too low right now. I mean, I took a big, oh no, before I even finished talking, man, I wanted to tell him I took a big, chunk out of my salary when I decided to go from 40,000 to like around 30,000. But I needed the job, right? It's a couple of days, it's not a big deal. Bro, before I said any of that, the guy was like, "Oh no, that's fine. We understand." And he gets up and the lady gets up and they both kind of do like a mental wave with their hands and their mind. Like they didn't physically do it, but it was almost like they were showing me the door, like saying, "Well, get the hell out." Bro, it was, man, starts making me wonder why it is this position is open. I don't think these people like spending money on employees, man. Like they see employees as nothing more than here today, gone tomorrow. And let them do the job well. When they don't do the job, you just get rid of them. And you'll always find someone else because people want to work for this company. People are desperate to work. And I'm like, yeah, I'm one of those people. I desperately want to work. But dude, you're changing my position. You're changing my my days off. You're changing my daily schedule. And you're gonna tell me I'm gonna get paid the same as the temp agency? I know you're not paying the temp agency $15 an hour for me. I know for a fact you're not paying them that. That's what they're paying me, but they're already taking money for themselves. Are you gonna tell me that this is one of those where the temp agency is just happy to have me represent them and not charge any money? I know you're giving them at the very least, let's play devil's advocate. Let's say you're giving them 16 for me, so they're just making $1 off of me, which is really low. Usually they make between $2 and $3 off of anybody. Sometimes I've heard even up to $5 if you're stupid enough to take a position like this one. And they want to pay me the same thing, dude. Like I said, man, keep me the way I was, Monday through Friday, 9 to 6. Keep paying me the 15, bro. I'll accept it without any problems. But don't change all that stuff on me and then expect me to also make the same salary. Bro, I felt like I was back in the flight academy. Hey man, you're no longer working at the front desk. We're gonna have you in the scheduling department next to the operations center. Ooh, the command base. Ooh, I'm gonna be moving up to admiral pretty soon. Man, this is great. And yeah, from now on, you're gonna have this and that and that, and you'll be doing this and that, and you're responsible for this and that, and you'll have a list of clientele, and you'll have this, and you'll be the point of contact for X amount of clients. And I'm like, oh, okay, that all sounds great. What's my new salary gonna be like? Oh, no, no, he games her. This is a lateral move. A lateral move? Oh, look at that. Another football terminology. I went from a lateral move to a Wonderlic test. By the way, I didn't ask how I did on the test. I should have asked. Just to be like a piece of garbage. Say, hey, how did I do on that test? Like, oh, you scored horribly. Shaquille O'Neal is apparently a very smart person, which I didn't even realize was a thing. I thought he just sounds so slow when he talks that you would think he's not an intellect. But yeah, he's pretty smart, man. You get one of these football players, hot, shy, big guy, all that. You give him that Wonderlic test, and it's kind of like, ooh, you just fly through the roof, man. Look, man, I was happy. I thought everything was great. I thought the company was really good. I thought it had a lot of positives that overrode the negatives. But man, I cannot stand when you try and take advantage of somebody, dude. I can't, bro. I don't care if it's $1, dude. You don't do that, man. Like in business and in every part of life, if you ever have an opportunity to do something and you do it well, bro, get paid for what you do, man. If they don't want to pay you, go somewhere else. Go somewhere else and value yourself, man. Don't let these people put you underneath their thumb just because they think, oh, we're the company and you're the employee. Bro, you're the employee today. Tomorrow, you could be the gone employee. Here today, gone tomorrow, man. You're not as important as you think you are, man. So if you can get an extra dollar somewhere else, bro, go somewhere else and get that extra dollar. Don't allow these people to just dictate what it is you're worth in their eyes. Because at the end of the day, no matter how hard you work for said company, they will always see you as nothing more than, oh, he took our offer. Why would we give him more money?